Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm the OE Sales Manager at QA1. With me is Jeff Diaz. He's our product manager. I want to take a little bit of time to share a little bit about QA1 with you today. When people think about QA1, they often think about motorsports. And that is true. We do have a really rich history in the motorsports market and serving the motorsports market. One of the other things that we're really proud of is the work that we've done with our OE customers supporting a variety of other industries. That's been done through a lot of different products in the motion control arena. That includes rod ends, spherical bearings, linkages, ball joints, both industrial and automotive, shock absorbers, all the way up through motion control sub-assemblies and assemblies. What we really like to do is collaborate with our customers, contact our customers, be in touch with them, better understand what their needs are, what their requirements are, and how we can meet those needs through our existing products, as well as development capabilities that we have in-house, both manufacturing and design, as well as other capabilities that we have with vendor partners. So when a customer reaches out to QA1, we like to open up that dialogue and better understand your needs, your requirements. We have a variety of off-the-shelf products. So one thing that we got to look at obviously is sizing, but also what's the environment, what's the application and the use case. We can then see if that off-the-shelf product is going to help support your needs, or we could even explore customization. And that's when I like to bring in Jeff.
So when Jason comes to me with an opportunity, I pick out a rod end that we're going to be offering the customer based on their application. We got our two-piece economical series here, also available in stainless steel. Then we have our nylon injected rod end, which is a self-lubricating rod end. Light duty, will not take a lot of load, especially side loading, but it is good for light duty applications. We got our bronze race series, which is also a self-lubricating oil impregnated bronze race. We have our three-piece series. This one has better ball to race conformity, so it actually will last a lot longer than, say, a two-piece economy type bearing. You'll get maybe 40 to 50% more life out of this just based off the wear surface available on this rod end. This is QA1's X Series rod end. They came out with these in the mid-90s for heavy-duty applications. And when QA1 is designing suspension components, this is the go-to rod end that we use on our own equipment. This is just another version of a rod end with a stud. We can add studs to any of our rod ends other than high misalignment. Here's a couple of our spherical bearings. This will be a PTFE lined Com-T series. And this is a fractured race spherical bearing, GEZ. The reason it's fractured race is because it's an extremely hard steel, 50-100 bearing steel for wear. It's so hard that you cannot machine this after heat treating. So it's got to be cracked so you can put the ball in there. But when it's installed is when it gets back in there and will lock right back up. It's a great bearing. We also have some examples of some specials that we've done. Customers don't need a standard rod end, but they need something with a opening on one end with a stud on another end. We have a ball joint on there. This would be a 1/2 inch stainless steel ball joint. And just some tie rod examples that we've done in the past, some linkage rods that we've done, another bearing, and here's some examples of some ball joints that we've done for some off-road equipment.
Hey Jeff, thanks for sharing a little bit more about our product line and that. QA1 is ISO certified. So can you talk a little bit about how we ensure that the quality of the products that goes out the door meets our quality standards?
Yeah, well, everything is inspected in our quality lab. We do all dimensional testing. We do bore gauges to check the bore to make sure they're within tolerance. We check everything with the thread gauges, whether they be ring or plug gauges. We do hardness testing, which is very important on our chromoly or alloy steel stuff. Once it meets the hardness, and then we will take it to our strength tester and do pull testing on that equipment to make sure that it is meeting or exceeding our catalog rating.
So now that you have a little bit of background on QA1 products, our current offerings, as well as how we maintain that quality, we'd like to talk about just a real-world example that we have. And here you can see an example of a sub-assembly. A customer came to us and they were looking for a rod end, and we worked with them for some time. They actually produced a custom rod end because they wanted a specific coating to ensure that the corrosion resistance met their requirements. But as part of that discussion, we started realizing that they had an assembly, a full assembly that our rod ends were going into. And we thought we might be able to save you a little bit of time on the labor side as well as cost. So we started exploring that, got the dimensional information and the print from the customer, explored with our capabilities in-house, and quoted to that customer, and they realized that indeed they could find some savings from their labor standpoint as well as costs, and we're now providing this full subassembly to them. Thank you again for taking a little bit of time learning a little more about QA1, our products, and the capabilities that we offer. Please feel free to call me at 952-985-6387. I'd love to learn more about your applications and explore the products that we have that might meet those needs. If you want to look at more information, please feel free to check us out online at QA1.net. Thank you very much. I look forward to talking with you and seeing if we can support your opportunities.